Hello, my name's Gary Borley, and I've done self-advocacy for 30 years. I work with Inclusion North as doing as a coordinator for advocacy and leadership.
Hi, my name's Ian Margerison. I'm Gary's co-worker at the Advocacy and Leadership Project. The project came from some Value in People money to make advocacy stronger across the country, and we've been working on this project for 18 months. The first job that we did, we'll go and find out what people's opinions were around advocacy and what people were doing.
And these were working with like the National Forum, Family Forums, NACLD, and the Advocacy Steering Group, and we visited all the regional forums, 9 of them in England, to find out what's good about advocacy, what's bad about advocacy, where the gaps are, and how we can make strong leaders.
Okay, one of the things that we found, we wanted to run a project called Back to Your Roots. It were about self-advocacy groups, that a lot of the groups had gone away from campaigning, and we wanted to get people back in making a voice in their community.
There's a lot of self-advocacy groups. I've set up like social groups or actually friendship groups. This is not self-advocacy. Self-advocacy is campaigning and being a civil rights movement, and we want self-advocacy groups to get back to this real campaigning, which we started off doing in the late 80s.
Okay, so what we're doing, we're setting up a lunchtime protest. What we're wanting people to do is have a local protest about something that affects you locally. So it could be something like a swimming pool closing down or the cuts that are happening. All these things don't just affect people with learning disabilities. They affect all sorts of different people, but we're wanting these protests to be led by people with learning disabilities.
And these lunchtime protests could be taken at the local railway station or county hall or outside your day centre, wherever. These are the sort of the things we need you to get back to doing.
Okay, you may be wondering why we're talking about having local protests. With all the cuts and self-advocacy groups not having that much money anymore, people don't get the opportunity to pay hundreds of pounds to travel down to London on a train to protest for a day. We think that if we have a local protest where people could come in the dinner hour to do something locally right across the country on one day, this would have a massive effect.
Yeah, it, and this is sort of the thing we want to do. Like we want you to do this in your local area around the country, and by setting up these lunchtime protests. And it's up to you, the self-advocacy groups and people with learning difficulties, your membership, to actually prepare these protests. And as it can be, it could be anything from your local swimming pool and up to closures of day services or cutbacks in of, of your welfare.
Okay, so what we'd like you to do,
So what we'd like you to do is actually watch a group of people of, who are people from Leeds who are actually wanting to set up a lunchtime protest. And by, by doing this, by watching how they are going to plan a protest in Leeds.
okay, so we've picked some strong local self-advocates who we want you to watch them planning a protest in their area. Then what we want you to do is go away and talk about how you can have a protest in your area, what you need to do and how you need to do it. Then we want you to tell us
by by the 21st of July about what on at between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
okay, and we're wanting you to tell us by text message, email, Twitter, and any other way that you can think of to let us know what you're going to be doing in your area, what protest you're going to be doing, or if you have any questions. There'll be Gary there, there'll be myself there, and there'll be Tricia Nicol, who will all be able to answer your questions and promote the campaign that you're doing in your area.
Yes, so be prepared on that day to watch us and also to learn.
Okay, as a final thought, you might be wondering why we're doing it this way. As we said earlier, not much money is available for people to go to meetings or events. So we're looking at how self-advocacy groups can use technology to communicate with each other. So here's an example of live streaming, which people can watch over and over again. We're using text messaging, Twitter, Facebook, and what other ways we can think of between now and the 21st. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you.